Hello, welcome back to the Trust Your Worth podcast, the podcast that helps you tap in to the power of knowing your worth. My name is Brittany, and today I have a very special guest, Laura, one of my best friends from forever ago.
Hi, Brittany.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited for this episode because I just really think it is a very heavy topic, like heavy.
Bring out the Kleenex.
Yes. Oh, I should have grabbed some. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I hope I'll be good. I mean, if this is a sensitive topic to anyone, you are forewarned.
Yes, forewarned. I mean, it's going to be in the title. So we're talking about trusting your worth after miscarriage. And Laura has experienced that. I just want to talk a little bit about you and how awesome you are. And you have a beautiful family, 3 beautiful children, respiratory therapist as well. So a working mom, which isn't easy, I'm sure.
It isn't it?
Yeah. So that's kind of Laura's background. But yeah, tell us your experience with your miscarriages, because you've had 2, you've said.
Yeah. So do you want to talk just specifically about miscarriage or all of them? I've had quite a few.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if Brittany even knows. I didn't always tell everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had 7 pregnancies.
Oh, wow.
Do you want me to just tell the whole thing from the beginning?
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so I got married. We waited a couple years till we decided to try and have kids. After about 2 years, we were like, okay, let's start trying to have kids. And we tried to have kids for 2 full years. Couldn't get pregnant. So I did like 2 years of infertility, which was maybe the hardest thing on my
That's the
self-worth.
IVF.
No, we didn't do any IVF. Just like we tried on our own for 2 years to get pregnant, couldn't get pregnant. So then I actually went to a fertility doctor.
Okay.
They do all the testing first. So they make sure your fallopian tubes are clear. They make sure like your husband's sperm's okay. They make sure like that your uterus is like shaped normally, and they check like your hormone levels and all these things. So we went through all the testing, and as soon as we finished the testing, I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like without doing any drugs or anything.
Oh, good.
So I found out I was pregnant. I actually went to the doctor because I thought I was dying. I was like, something is seriously wrong with me. I feel so awful.
Oh, no.
And then he was like, oh, you're just pregnant. I was like, oh. I was so excited though. It was so fun.
Of course, yeah.
And then that pregnancy ended at 28 weeks. I had a stillbirth at 28 weeks.
Wow. So,
yeah.
Sorry. Can you say that in months? I really don't think in weeks. What is that?
So that's like you just started your last trimester. So you're
6-ish months along?
Yeah. Yeah, you're just starting into like the end of your pregnancy.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. So that was awful.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about that more in some of the questions. We did find out at like 22 weeks that our baby had like a few things. So like a heart defect. It's called tetralogy of Fallot, if anyone knows what that heart defect is. It's a very specific one. And also like her spine wasn't developing totally normally, and her long bones, they call it. So like your humerus and your femurs were shorter than they should be compared to like her other bones. So we knew there was like something going on, but we didn't find that out till like 22 weeks. And then we went and did like so many other tests. And then like I had like a fetal echo done while I was pregnant, and like I was scheduled to get an MRI because they can do MRIs on the baby. But then we ended up having her early, and she was born still. So that was my first pregnancy.
Wow.
I know, after 2 years of like trying so hard to get pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
And then we waited a whole year after that. Like we didn't like do anything to prevent getting pregnant, but we waited a whole year after that. And then we actually started doing fertility treatments because we had done all the testing. We were ready to start. We did the hormone injection treatments, and then I ended up getting pregnant and then had a miscarriage. Like it was early. Like I think I only knew because we were testing. Like when you do fertility treatments, you test right at 5 weeks for your HCG levels. And my HCG levels were high. And then like 2 days later, I started bleeding a ton.
Oh, no.
And had an early miscarriage. And then after that, I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to try this anymore. Like nothing's working. And so we took a long break. And And I ended up getting pregnant again like 6 months later with my daughter Eliza, and that pregnancy went pretty well. Like I got pregnant on my own. I ended up carrying almost to term. She was 34 weeks when she was born, and had to stay in the NICU for just 2 weeks because she was just really little and didn't know how to eat. But like things went really well. Considering my other pregnancies, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Everything's great.
Yeah.
And then she was a year and a half old. I was getting ready for bed one night and I felt this like insane pain in my side. And I was like, I do not know what this is. Like, I thought I had like a cyst that burst in my ovary.
Oh no.
But so that's what I thought it was. So I took a bunch of painkillers and went to bed. And then the next day I went to my doctor because I was like, this still feels like painful. They did a pregnancy test. It came back positive. He's like, you have to go to Emerge because you've had, I'm sure it's an ectopic pregnancy that has burst. So I went to Emerge. They did like an ultrasound and I had like a moderate internal bleed. And what happens with ectopic pregnancies, mine was actually like a tubal abortion, it's called, where your tube doesn't burst, but it pushes the pregnancy out the end of the tube. And what happens is the pregnancy will actually attach to a different part of your body and keep growing.
Oh my gosh.
So you have to take something, like if they don't do surgery right away, because mine was like a day old. Like usually people go to Emerge when they're in a ton of pain, which is what I should have done. And then they can do surgery right away and take out the pregnancy. But mine, because I waited so long and I had so much blood in there, the doctor was like, I guess your fallopian tubes are really sensitive. And he's like, if I go in there, I'll just have to like take out your ovary and your fallopian tube. And he was like, I don't want to do that because your chances of getting pregnant again would be way lower. So he's like, I think you should just you take a drug called methotrexate, which is what they actually use for chemo, but it kills all fast dividing cells, which a pregnancy is like the cells divide really fast. And so it kills the pregnancy so that it doesn't eventually kill you. Because if it attaches onto like the outside of your uterus, or it can attach onto like your bowels or anywhere it wants to, and it'll keep growing and it will like destroy that tissue.
Oh my gosh.
And then, yeah,
Jeez.
so you have to do something about it. So I stayed in the hospital for a couple nights to have that whole drug and like make sure everything was okay. And then I was told not to get pregnant again because I took that chemo drug and it can change like your eggs that are developing, that I shouldn't get pregnant for 6 months. So we actually waited for 6 months before we started trying again. I ended up getting pregnant, I think like a year later. But what happened with this pregnancy is your egg gets fertilized, there's a fetus there, and then it stops growing, but your gestational sac continues to grow. So like it implants into your uterus, but there's no baby that develops.
Oh.
And the egg sac just continues to grow. So you have like what seems like a normal pregnancy, but then when they do an ultrasound, like your baby doesn't grow, it just stays like a couple weeks.
So there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much just
yeah.
like a little egg. Which
that was hard because I feel like they kept doing ultrasounds on me to be like, oh, it still hasn't grown a ton, but your sac is bigger, and like maybe let's wait another couple days and see again, because I think they were really hopeful. And as soon as like things weren't right, I was like, no, like I can tell something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's fine, but like your HCG levels keep increasing and like your body thinks it's pregnant. And for that one, I just took like, there's medication you can take at home that will like it basically makes you have a period and then you shed your lining. So I did have to do that. And then 6 months later, I ended up getting pregnant with my son, Owen. And his was like a completely normal pregnancy. I felt great. Well, not great, but I felt like normal the whole time. He was born at 37 weeks in the hospital. Everything went well. And then about 2 years later, I felt like we should have another kid.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't want to do that again.
It's so hard on your body, I'm sure, every time. And
I felt like I was either like nursing or pregnant or recovering from a pregnancy for so long. And because it took me like 3 pregnancies to have like a live kid each time, I was like, I'm not going to try that again. I don't want to go through 3 pregnancies again to get another kid.
So did you just like wait longer, or?
Well, it had been like 2 years since I had Owen, and I was like, I actually like didn't want to have another kid. I just felt like I needed to. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just try and get pregnant for a couple months. And if it doesn't happen, because I really didn't want to be over 34 when I had my last kid.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I have this like window of time.
Yeah.
And if I get pregnant in that time, then like great. And if not, we'll just stop trying. I think I needed like an end date, because I was like, I can't try again forever. And I just can't do this forever.
Yeah.
So we tried to get pregnant. I did not get pregnant in that window.
Oh, okay.
So then we started like selling all of our baby stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like getting rid of stuff. I was like coming to terms with it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I feel so off. And so I took a pregnancy test and it was positive.
Oh, wow. So was that still close to that window, though?
Yeah.
Like
it was
shortly
like,
after.
Yeah. So I ended up having her. She's exactly 2 weeks after my birthday.
Oh,
but it was
cute.
just because I was like, I know that if I go one more month, that I will be over 34.
Yeah.
So it literally happened like the next month.
Oh, okay.
But I just like was like, I don't want to go any later. And then obviously she was born when she was meant to be born.
Yeah.
And her pregnancy was totally normal, and she was born at like 38 weeks. She was my longest. I kept her in the longest of all my babies. And yeah, she's wonderful. So we're very happy we have her. It was just not like,
yeah.
Yeah. It was hard to be excited about pregnancies until I was like holding a baby.
Yeah.
So that like stress I did not want again for like 9 months to be stressed about like, is something gonna happen? Yeah. Like, and anytime you like go for a test, you're like, okay, I gotta like make it through this. And like, it just takes away that like happiness that other people get to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like very fair, your first experience sounded awful.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one was particularly bad just because
it's your first time being pregnant.
It's first time being pregnant.
Ever. And so that's completely new in itself. So your body's changing so much already too. And then to have a stillborn, like, oh, I can't imagine. That's just so hard.
I know, I don't wish that upon anyone.
Yeah, just devastating when it really is like life and death in there. Oh my gosh. So how did this affect your view of yourself? Like, I don't know, did it get any easier or no? Just like, I don't know. Go ahead. I'll let you answer. I don't want to ask more questions before. How did it affect your view of yourself at first?
I think, honestly, when we were having infertility problems at the very beginning, like having a hard time getting pregnant was so hard for me because I felt like everyone else just like got pregnant and they didn't have any problems. And like, I would like see people all the time that were like, oh, we tried for a month and we got pregnant. Like, and it just felt like everyone else was getting pregnant except for me. Mm-hmm. And everyone else was having babies and everyone else was normal, which is not true. But that's how it felt. And it felt like I was not like good enough to have a baby yet. Mm-hmm. Like that was so hard for me. And I grew up very religious, and so your like identity as a woman is wrapped around getting married and having children. And so when you're not like, if you don't get married or you don't have kids, I think any really religious women that grew up in like that kind of religion has an identity crisis. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you have, baby.
Oh, yes. It's been a very strange and long journey for me to accept that. Like, because, yeah, my dream is to be a mother one day. But until then, yeah, it took me a while to be okay. Like, I finally feel like I'm living now the life that I want to, and I'm more focused on me and the things that I want to do while I have the time to do so. Because, like, I'm sure so many things changed when you had your children and you did become a mother. It's just like a different time of life. And I'm so happy that happened. But yeah.
Even like having goals. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I didn't have goals before. Like people would be like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would like say something, but I didn't really care about that. I was like, I'll just do something until I get married and have kids. Like I didn't have any goals for my life besides getting married and having kids. So when that wasn't happening, it was just like, what do I even do with myself?
Yes.
Like, okay. And I did want to say with my stillbirth, I felt like that really affected my self-esteem in a different way because with growing up religious, we always believe that baby that has any kind of like physical or mental problems, there's like a special spirit associated with that like special body. And so I felt like when we found out that our baby was going to have problems and going to be like have heart issues and all these issues, I was like, that's okay. We can do this. Like I work in healthcare. Like we can figure this out. Like this is going to be like a super special baby. And then when she was born and she wasn't born alive, like all I wanted was for her to be born alive. And when she wasn't, I felt like I wasn't good enough to have that special spirit like as my kid, which isn't true, but that is just how I felt at the time. Like I was like, I'm not good enough to have kids, and I'm not good enough to have this like beautiful special baby that was supposed to be mine. And I felt like that was just like taken away from me, and that was so hard. That was so hard, and it didn't get easier for like a long time. And I don't think that people should feel that way. And I know that like religion usually brings people a lot of like peace and calm during hard times, but I felt like in that specific situation, it actually made things way harder. Yeah.
Made it a little worse.
It made things harder because I had like all these like, I felt like I should have all these understandings of like life, but I felt like I didn't. Like all my views on life were like questioned, and all my views on like what should happen and shouldn't happen, and like it just got way more complicated and hard.
Yeah, like you did lose a child, like, and it's anybody losing, that's just like awful. Like I could cry right now thinking about it and how hard that is, and that makes total sense to me that it was so difficult with that added belief and pressure, and then also just like everything that mentally and physically happened to you. Like that's so hard. So like what did you do to find comfort then?
Well, I felt like I tried everything that I thought should work, like,
and it didn't
really work.
No.
But the one thing that did work is I actually ended up doing like a yoga class. My husband was like, you just gotta like do something. Yeah. 'Cause, like I literally laid in bed most days and like avoided life. Yeah. Well, just I had some time off work, so like any time you have if a baby after 20 weeks in Canada, you get a maternity leave, which is 12 weeks. And so I got 12 weeks off work that was paid or partially paid or whatever. And so I had some time off, but I actually ended up only taking 10 weeks off. But for those weeks, like especially the first couple of weeks, I literally just laid in bed, like, and so my husband was like, you just gotta like do something, try something, like anything. And I ended up trying this like yoga place. Yeah. And it had every night they had a like regular yoga class, and then they had restorative yoga, which is what it's called right after. And it's mostly just meditation. Oh, nice. So you do like certain poses that are usually like laying down or like a very relaxed more pose, breathing, and and they focus on breath work, and then they also did like meditation, like mostly like breathing in good things and like thinking about bad things and like breathing them out. And that's honestly the thing that brought me the most comfort, because it was like a way I could work through emotions and stuff, and it wasn't like there wasn't any pressure, and I was like super relaxed, because most of what I tried to do was like avoid it. Like I would avoid thinking about it, like, because it was just so hard, and it's so hard to like understand when something is so awful. Like your body and your mind like have such a hard time wrapping your head around that, and so I just avoided it the whole time. Yeah. Which was not what I should do. And like meditating just like let me think through it without like any pressure of even talking. Like I was just laying there. I wasn't like doing anything. I didn't have to move. I didn't have to like talk to someone about it. I just like sat there and thought about it, and it felt like such like a safe space. Like this yoga studio had like the nice music, and it was warm. And like you could even bring like blankets to this restorative yoga.
I need to go there.
That was the thing that actually worked the best. And I think like, because I would always go to the class before and like move my body and then like lay down and relax. And that helped a ton. Also, the other thing that happened in that time is my sister called me every day.
Aww.
Like she called me every day.
Great.
I'm going to cry.
I love that.
I love this sister. She called me every day and was like, have you gotten out of bed today? Like, have you eaten? Like, what have you done? And like sometimes honestly I would lie to her and be like, yep, I'm up, I'm doing stuff, and I would still be laying down because I would just be like, I can't tell her I haven't done anything. But she would call me every day and just check in on me, so I didn't feel like completely alone. And she just made sure like I had someone who was talking to me and like tried to encourage me to take care of myself.
Oh, that's so great. You're making me tear. We all need someone like that, and I'm so happy that she was there for you. Oh, that's great. Yeah, and moving your body and being mindful. I mean, the science is clear.
Right.
And I'm so happy that helped,
it
because
help.
like, I don't know why. Maybe it was just like how we grew up. Like, I don't know, yoga just like was, maybe because I played sports or something, but the yoga was never on my radar. I'm like, I'll never do that.
But it was like Winston yoga because I couldn't do real sports. Like that's honestly what I thought. And then when I went to yoga, I was like, wow,
it's so
like,
much harder than sports. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm awful at it, but I like it.
Like sometimes I think the instructors would look at me and be like, wow, like, I don't know how she thinks that is what the pose looks like.
Oh, no, that's so interesting, because like, I don't know, I think if it was me, I would probably have done the same thing, like prayed about it, but like, like angry prayers probably that aren't even prayers, or just like yelling at God probably. I don't know if you've had those. I've had those, but like, yeah, and feeling like,
well, I'm like reading scripture, and I felt like that was supposed to bring me so much comfort, and I would read them and be like, I still feel awful about myself. Like, why do I still feel awful? But I mean, those things I think eventually were helpful. It just wasn't like right in that moment.
Yeah, it's kind of like you needed the time to grieve a bit first before getting those things. And I like that the meditation like helped you like regulate those emotions within your body. Like it gave you that space that makes sense to me. Why that would work. Yeah.
And I think moving like also helped me, like purposefully moving.
Yeah.
In yoga.
Yeah.
I'd get up and walk around, but that wasn't doing anything for me.
Yeah, man. Wow. Were there any resources that you found helpful besides yoga? Like, I don't know, therapy, or like, I'm trying to think, like a book that helped. I don't know. a medical, I can't think of any other medical practices that would be helpful.
My coworker did give me a book that was like, it was like a Carpe Diem book. So like every day it gave you something to do to like honor your baby.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she like found it. She was a social worker, and so she was like, I know exactly what you need. I'm like, okay. And she gave that to me. So I did do some of those things, but some of them I was like, I don't want to do that. So I would just like skip to the next page. And then I got to a point where I was like, I'm skipping a lot. But so she like really tried, and that was like, it was nice because she really tried, and there was some things that I did that I felt like were helpful. The other resources, there's a lady who works at the Royal Alec. It's just a hospital here in Edmonton. Like most of the high risk pregnancies go there, and they actually have like a team of workers that just deals with infant loss, like pregnancy loss and infant loss, and like so one of the workers, her name's Patty, I don't know, she is like really close to retirement, so I don't know if she works there, but there is like a team that she developed there, and she was like so nice and so helpful. She came and talked to me in the hospital after I had my baby, my stillbirth, and she like just was so real with me. Like she was like, these are the things you're gonna have to look out for that are gonna be really hard. Like she warned me, she was like, no one is gonna remember your due date, and it's gonna be a really hard day for you because you didn't make it to term. Like she's like, that's gonna be such a hard day for you. You need to tell someone that like that's gonna be a hard day, and they need to support you that day. And she was like even like sleeping, she's like, sleeping is gonna be really hard because as soon as you try and sleep, your mind is gonna start thinking about it and reliving it, and she's like, that's gonna be one of the hardest things for you. And just like, I felt like she was just so real with me. She has like her own story, but she'd gone through early infant loss. And so she like just knew it, but like was so real with me in like such a nice way.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't like, this sucks, everything's gonna suck. Like she
Yeah.
was just like, hey, these are some things no one's gonna tell you to think about that are really gonna be hard for you. These are the things you need to watch out for. And she is in charge of like they have like a group therapy session that they do every month for anyone's welcome who's had like pregnancy loss or child loss or and so I did go to like one of those, which I felt like was it was a little helpful, but it wasn't like something I continued to go to.
Yeah.
And they also have like a non-denominational like funeral that they do for all the babies, and they like have like candlelight service and they like read out all the babies' names.
Aww.
So like we did those kind of things in the first year.
Yeah.
But she was just a good source also like to deal with like work, because I had to deal with like going on maternity leave without having a baby, which was hard and dealing with the like paperwork of that. She was just like, these are the things you need to do. Like she just like told me all the things I needed to do, and then like after I went home I could like email her and ask questions, and like her and her team, like it would just go to like their team. She helped me out a ton with that, which is super helpful. So yeah, that was like the main person that was like just because she like knew so much what had happened. Yeah, I felt like there was other people who like tried to be helpful that like also had gone through like maybe not the exact same experience as me, but like similar. But I was just like, I felt like they just came and like told me their story. And I was like, I know this sounds mean, but like I didn't care in that moment about anyone else's story. Like I was like, maybe eventually I would care. And like now it's really easy for people to be like, hey, I'm going through fertility treatments, or like I've had a miscarriage, or this has happened to me. And I'm like, I've had like one of almost every kind of pregnancy. So like, I'm like, I can relate to you. And like, these are some things that happened. And like, I know exactly what you're going through. But like for me in that moment when people would just like dump their trauma on me.
And you
like,
just like already dealing with it. Like, no,
like
thank
having
you.
a stillbirth is so traumatic. So like then they would just tell me their whole story. I'm like, this is just making me really sad. Like it's not helping me right now.
So maybe hold off on your own traumas and ask if I feel like when I lost my sister, like people would ask me all the time, and you're just like, can I do anything? I'm like, literally no, not right now. Listen to what they need. Don't trauma dump on people. And I love that there's that resource. The infant loss unit, let's say. I'm sure there's one hopefully in every city, but yeah, I'm sure that's something that people can look into wherever you are. So yeah, please look that up if this is something you went through.
I did forget to say one thing about comfort.
Oh yeah, go for
it. What, like something that brought me comfort?
Yeah, that helped.
So I had a midwife with all of my pregnancies, even though I was in the hospital. I chose, like with a midwife, you can choose if you want to have it in the hospital at home or at a home birth or at a birthing center. I chose to have mine in the hospital, but I had a midwife, and she, I didn't know this at the time, but I found out later that she was going through, like she just found out that she had cancer.
Oh my gosh.
And she was 14 weeks pregnant.
Oh.
She had found out that she had eye cancer. And so she found that out, and she went a couple more weeks, and she was like, I want to continue on with this pregnancy. And her doctor was like, no, you need to like abort your pregnancy and you need to start chemo, because you can't start chemo
with
you're
the
pregnant.
baby in you. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she said that was all happening like in the background, like the same week that I went into labor and had my baby. And like, this is with my stillbirth. And she was like, I watched you like have that baby and be so strong. She was like, I knew that I needed to she actually had her eye removed while she was pregnant. Like the tumor was in her eye. She had her eye removed while she was pregnant. Then she delivered her baby to term and had her baby, and then started chemo as soon as her baby was born.
Oh my gosh.
Like I think like 2 weeks after her baby was born, she started chemo. And she was like, I just knew that I could do it because you did such a hard thing, and I watched you like through this whole thing. She was like, I knew that I could do that.
Wow.
And like I didn't know any of that was going on.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me any of it at first. She told me it way later. But I was like, it's nice that like even though I was going through such a hard time, it like gave other people strength.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. And that's why I'm like grateful you're sharing your story here, because I know this is going to be so helpful to so many people, because yeah, you have to be so strong to go through that. And I'm like, admire your strength so much. So thank you again. Okay, let's take it. I know you don't, but you are. Doesn't mean it's not true. It's this weird thing we go through, like in our worth, that we don't trust it and we don't trust our strength, even though we have to show up every day and do hard things. Was there other ways you found to honor or remember your loss? Is that something you continue to do?
Yeah, so we actually do a bear donation every year.
Oh, cute.
On her birthday. In Alberta, it's supposed to be, there's like a bear donation. I guess I think it's all of Alberta Health Services, but where families donate bears and they have these little tags on them that have like this really cute little poem in it, and then it has your baby's name in it that you've lost, and you write their like name and birth date, and then those bears are available to anyone who has like a miscarriage or a pregnancy loss. And so we donate a bear every year on her birthday, and we do go visit her grave because she does have a grave. We ended up going with the hospital actually does a burial that you can do your own burial. We decided to do the hospital burial, which means she's buried with all the babies that were born at the same time as her that were still, which I found comforting. I think to each their own, like everyone, if you hopefully never have to go through this, but if you do, just pick whatever feels right to you. And that's what felt right to my husband and I. And she has like her own, like we paid for her own like plaque on it. So there's like a bigger grave site, and then each of the babies has their own plaque on it. So we do go visit her grave. When like we usually go in the summer to go visit her grave because it's a lot nicer. And then we do the bear donations. We do the bear donation every year, but because I work in an emergency room, we like have some of those bears, so I get to give them out sometimes, which always makes me cry. But it's like it's nice to like see that they're like going to people that needed them. Like when I got my bear, I just hugged that bear all the time because they're like, we don't want you to go home with like empty arms because you don't have your baby in your arms. Sorry.
No.
And so they want you to be able to have something that you can hold and hug when like no one's, if you don't have anyone around, like you can always have this. And like it is now like my kid's favorite bear, and they always fight over it. It's like the most like soft and fluffy bear, and like that's what we usually do. We usually buy like the nicest, most expensive bears that are just like the softest, nicest, beautiful bears. And so it's so nice to be able to like give those out to people that are going through loss when I'm at work sometimes.
That's amazing. I'm gonna find a link to that, so if people want to do that after listening to this episode, donate a bear somehow, or donate something to that. That's awesome. Wow, that's beautiful. I love that. Anything you would say to someone going through a similar experience?
I would say just like give yourself so much grace. Like if you feel like laying in bed, like lay in bed, like take your time. Like you can get up and start doing stuff when you're ready to do it. I mean, sometimes you don't have that. Like when I had my ectopic pregnancy or miscarriages, like after having other kids, you just have to get up and like keep doing life. Where like the ones that I had before I had live children, it was like I could just lay in bed and not do anything if I felt awful. But sometimes you do have to just like continue on with life. But if you have the time available, take like as much time as you want. I know people used to always tell me like things will get better over time. Like all you need is time, like things will get better over time. And I was like, they're not getting better. Like it's been time. And then I finally found this quote that was like, grief doesn't ever go away. Like you always have it with you, and you just get stronger and you get better at carrying it with you. And it's like when you're working out and you feel like 10 pounds is so heavy and so hard, but like as you work out and get stronger, it's like so easy and light. And that's how I felt about my grief. Like that it never goes away, but it's always with you, but you just get so much stronger. You just have to give yourself time to get stronger. And as you get stronger, like you're able, like it'll be slow things. Like you'll be able to carry on a conversation and someone accidentally bring up like, oh, hey, you're pregnant. Like, how come you're back at work?
Oh, yeah.
And you don't like fall into a puddle of tears.
Yeah.
You're like, excuse me, I'm gonna just like leave because I can't handle this situation.
Yeah.
Like, and then you answer that question. You're like, oh, like I actually lost my baby.
Yeah.
And then, and it just becomes like you get stronger and more able to handle like those things that come at you. But at first they will really affect you. And then one day it'll just happen that you're like, oh, like I'm a little bit stronger.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit
talk
stronger
about it today. Yeah. Yeah, it's very helpful. Thank you. How can friends or loved ones best support someone going through this? I mean, you had your sister. Did she just decide to do that, or she?
Yeah, she just decided to do that.
Good.
But I would say like ask them like, what do you need? And also just like listening to them. I felt like no one likes to be sad.
Yeah.
So no one wants to talk to you about a really sad thing that's happened. Yeah. So anyone who would like just let me talk about my experience, I really appreciated because no one wants to talk to you about it. Or they always want to make it better than it is. Like they'll be like, oh, at least now you know you can get pregnant. It's like, well, like that's not helpful. Yeah. Like, I want to have a baby that's alive, not, you know? Like, people say that to people all the time that have miscarriages. They'll be like, at least, you know, because some people can't ever get pregnant. And they'll, or like, oh, at least this happened, or at least that happened. I'm like, any sentence that starts with at least, don't say it to me. Just like,
leave at least out. And active listen. So, like, either just repeat back what they are saying to you so they feel heard, because I feel like that's all we want. We just want to feel heard when we're going through hard things.
The one thing I will say about pregnancy loss is if you do remember their due date and do something nice for them on their due date, or ask them like, do you want me to do something nice for you? Because it's true, like no one remembers your due date but the mom. Yeah, like even my husband didn't remember her due date. Not that was like a bad thing.
Yeah,
like, but I warned my sister ahead of time, like a week ahead of time. I was like, next week on this day,
send me some flowers, like, and get me some. If it were me, give me flowers and fries.
Yeah, exactly.
I need it that day.
I need a bag of movie popcorn. So I would say if they like say something like that, be like willing to do those things that they're like, this is exactly what I need. You're like, okay, I'm on it.
Yeah,
like, I can do that.
And most people are willing to do exactly what you say. I feel like when you're in it too, you just like, you have no idea what you need at the time.
Right.
And I got so frustrated with, well, not like frustrated. It was just like, I'd be okay. And they'd be like, oh, I just heard. I'm so sorry for your loss. And just like the mental load of being like, I have to answer them back now. Like, I know. And I remember it again, like every time. It's not like don't stop doing that. Like it was so nice to get those messages, but by like day probably 5, I was like, another one.
And then you're like, I need a break from my phone because people are nonstop texting me,
which is like,
I need a manager to handle my text.
Yeah, basically. Maybe that's something you could do. Is like, I'm giving you my phone. Answer these for me, because like I literally can't.
No, seriously, I would do that for you, Brittany, if you ever needed me to. Thanks. I'll come over and just sit here and be like,
answer my messages. Yeah. But yeah, like you sort of find out what you need as you're going through it. I don't know, and then just active listen. You don't have to tell them everything you're going through at that time too. Like, don't.
Well, I feel like the biggest dumb thing is listening.
Like, at least if it's gonna start with at least, don't say it.
Don't say it, and don't be like, oh, I have a friend who also had a miscarriage. Oh, I have a friend that had this happen to them. It's like, I just want to tell my story in that moment. Yeah.
So just active listening. That's what we all need. I'll be better at communication. Man, I'm just doing an episode on that. Just how to listen.
Well, you should do an episode on that. That'd be good.
I will. I'll do it. So, in terms of worth, we talked a little bit about it. What are some things you did to trust your worth again? Like, was there anything besides the yoga or anything else to like really view yourself in in a kinder way again?
It was really hard at first, and like while I was going through all those pregnancies and stuff, but I feel like kind of I wouldn't even believe people when they'd say nice things about me during that time.
Oh,
Like, because it's so hard. They're like,
no,
oh, like you're so strong, you're doing so great, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm doing great, or like
yeah,
I do feel like I tried to change things a bit of like having goals outside of just having kids, because that wasn't happening for me.
mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I can't be like my only goal in life, because when it doesn't happen, then I'm devastated every time.
Yeah.
And it felt like any time I went through it like a second time, it would be like all the like hardship from the first couple times was like, it was like all, it would just like build on each other. You're like, not again.
Yeah. Compounding.
Like, yeah. Like I've already gone through this.
Yeah.
And so I feel like eventually I did try and like make better goals for myself, more realistic. Like I can do other things in my life besides just be a mom.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that is a bad goal at all, but when it's not happening, you need other things in your life that you're like excited about, that you want to do, that you can focus on. Like it's just a healthy, balanced life.
Yes, very fair. Like, because we all can label our like, I'm a dental hygienist, I'm a singer, I make a podcast, but like that is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to who I am and what I stand for and what I want. So like, yeah, just creating a broader view of yourself and the goals that you have. Like, I feel like it's really tapping into your essence when you're trying to figure out what you really want from life. And
what you're excited about.
Yeah. And what makes you happy. Like,
yeah, what makes you happy? Figure that out and go for that.
Yeah. Because yes, I know I would love to be a mother, and I know that would bring me so much joy and happiness, but that involves other people's agency and their choices. So focusing on the things that we can control, I think, is really helpful. So I'm so glad that you were able to find the yoga too, because that is like something you chose to do. And it was like, no, doing this for me, getting myself in there, process my emotions.
Now I feel like it's a little easier, because ever since I had my daughter, I was like, oh man, I don't want her to talk negatively about herself. Like I want her to have self-worth. And I like, particularly for women, because I'm so like such a feminist of like, we need to be strong and like strengthen each other and just like be there and support women. And so I feel like the best way I can do that now is to raise strong women. And so once I had my daughter, and like I noticed that she was like old enough to like understand things, and even as a baby, like I was like, I can't ever talk badly about myself like in front of her. And I think you can think that even about like, even if you don't have kids, like about like friends, like I don't want my friends to hear me say like, oh, I hate this about my body, or like I hate that about me, or like why can't I be funnier, or
because your friend would be like, you are funny, right? What are you talking about? Be kind to my friend Laura, please.
Exactly. I know, when I was like, I'm not that strong, and you're like, yes you are,
because you are.
So I feel like that it's become easier, because I'm like, I've just realized I would never speak to someone else like that, or even when I mess up. Like my negative self-talk when I mess up is like so bad. And then I was like thinking about it one day, and I was like, you know what, if anyone else, you know, like messed up that word, or like said that thing weirdly, or like was just really awkward. Sometimes I'm like really awkward in social situations, and I'm like, if someone else was like that, I would never think like, oh, that person's like talk negatively about them. I would be like, oh, whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't think I would even notice it. Or I would be like, no, maybe they're having a hard day. Like you just, so then I was like, you need to start doing that to yourself. Like I need to start being more forgiving of myself. And so I feel like it's become easier as I've gotten older, and like, especially with having girls, I'm like, I need to be so much better for them so they can be so much better for themselves. And think so positively about themselves. And so with my daughters, I usually like, when I put them to bed at night, I'll like just do like a bunch of positive affirmations to them.
Nice.
And just like, thank you for like if they've been like really good or something, or if they like shared with their brother or whatever they've done during the day, and like, thank you for doing this, and like, thank you for working really hard doing this, or thank you for like doing this, or like, I'm really happy that you're my daughter, and like, I'm really happy that you're so strong, and you're so like, we just like, I just like talk about it all the time with them. And so hopefully that's helped them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I remember that. Well, this is gonna sound corny, but my mom would be like, "Good morning, sunshine." I'm like, "I am sunshine."
Exactly. No, I honestly feel like, okay, when we were growing up, Brittany had so much self-confidence. She was like radiating self-confidence, and I had zero growing up. And I feel like, yes, you were like, I feel like you would like
shy, but like, no,
you would walk into
so
a
many
room,
friends, though. And
you would just like Brittany was there. Like, I feel like you were so confident, even like dancing, doing music. Like, we would all, I feel like sometimes I would feel like embarrassed, like singing or whatever. And Brittany was just like, I'm there. I'm confident. I know I'm good. Which she was the best one in the room. But she knew it. No one else knew that as a teenager.
No, thank you. No, it's so interesting because like, very fair. I would agree. And sadly, I went to college and like lost a bit of that spark, I guess, that confidence.
You moved away from us.
Yes, it's very true. No, I moved away from my center, from my bestest friends, and went through life. But yeah, it took me a while to get it back. Or maybe, I don't know what it was so different about back then. Or maybe I was like good at hiding it better. I don't know. Because my negative self-talk was like bad. I feel like my whole life until like I started working on it probably like 2 years ago. And I still struggle from time to time, but it's definitely way better the way I speak to myself.
Yeah, I never would have known that. And I feel like self-worth is so important because I feel like you make better decisions when you're just like confident 100%. In yourself. And you're like someone will be like, we should go do this. You're like, no, like I don't need that in my life. Like, or like, I feel like I made so many bad decisions because of my self-confidence was lower. Like, I feel like if I would have had more self-confidence in high school, I would have just been, like, made better choices. Even now, with, like, self-confidence, I'm like, I feel like I make better decisions when I'm more self-confident. Like, I know I really am going to go to bed at 10 because I know that I'm not going to do well tomorrow. And, like...
Very fair.
I know that I will be a better person.
Yes.
Like, I just make better decisions.
Rested person.
Yeah, I make better decisions when I have more self-confidence.
No, that's awesome. No, I never would have thought that about you. Like, because I did feel like you were more quiet, like not as outspoken, but that you were so kind. Like, your warmth growing up was what I think probably what drew me to you as a friend in the first place, is that you were just so nice. You can just tell like how kind you are immediately. Like, I don't know, you bring this home presence, if that makes sense.
So nice.
And because you knew everybody. I'm like, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's I'm like, who? Who are you talking about? Like, half the people, I had no idea who you're talking about.
She had older siblings. They
really?
always involved me.
No, but you had other friends too, like out in Beaumont.
That's true.
Like, I had no idea who they were.
That's true. But I feel like mine was mostly weight-based. Like, I was like, I had so many confidence issues because I felt like I was massive.
Oh, and you weren't.
And I wasn't.
You still aren't.
But I felt like it. Like, I totally felt like it. Yeah.
No, I think you were quite smaller than me. But fair, like every girl goes through that.
Every girl does.
Every girl. That. I mean, like, so that is a fault of the system.
Never
like, it really
let
is.
anyone else feel that way.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Like, ever about their weight, because that, and like I wasn't getting it ever from like my friends, but I always felt like I was huge and that I wasn't like good enough because I was bigger, which. That's the smallest I've ever been.
Yeah, no,
my life was in high school.
You weren't big at all.
Like I still remember weighing myself for like when we'd go skiing.
Really?
With like school and being like so stressed about it.
No way.
Which like is I don't even remember what the numbers on the scale were then. But like I'm sure it wasn't a crazy amount.
No, probably very normal teenage weight.
Yeah, probably very normal weight, but I remember being so stressed about it. So I feel like once I got way more confident in my body, then I was like, oh no, like I am awesome. And I don't need to be like a size 0 to be awesome.
Yeah. Very, very true. Are there things now you're doing to trust your worth? Especially like, as a mother, I feel like it would be very easy to tie your worth to like how your children are doing or how you're doing as a mother. So are there things that you're doing to like trust your worth a little?
Yeah, I feel like I really try not to have my self-esteem in any of my relationships. So I saw this quote that's like, we as women always put our self-esteem in like our relationships with like whether or not we have like a partner, whether or not our partner's nice to us, whether or not we have children, whether or not our children are making good choices, like whether or not we have friends, whether or not our friends like us. It's like, why would I put my self-worth into everyone else's hands? Like then I have nothing to do with it. Like and I don't think that those are bad goals to have, like to have a good relationship with a partner or to have a good relationship with your friends, but like my self-worth cannot be in my friends, because if they decide to go a different way with their life and not be friends with me anymore, I would be like devastated.
Like totally what's left? Like you have nothing left. Like that's a scary, terrifying thing to do.
I know. I'm really trying to not do it. It's hard. And I've also seen like so many women that are like at the age where their children are becoming adults and they're not making the decisions that the parents want them to make, and they are just like wrecked. Like they are going through such a hard time, and I'm like, that can't be me. Like I need to be okay with my kids, like, I don't know, buying a motorcycle and going on a huge road trip instead of going to college, or like my self-worth cannot be in that decision of theirs, because that doesn't necessarily make them a bad person. I have also kind of realized that like everyone's on their own journey, and like maybe the choices I make aren't the choices that person's gonna make. That doesn't mean they're wrong. And so that's mostly what I'm trying to do, is just like try to like have more self-confidence in myself and not put any of that on my relationships, because you have no control over what other people do.
It's also very unfair to put all of your, to need somebody that much is very unfair. To like have them be the only one to fill your cup, or just like, it's not fair to that person you're doing that to, and they shouldn't be doing it to you too. Like, yes, what is it called, interdependence is what we're aiming for. So like where it's
like a dependent relationship
where it is like, yes, you've made the choices to be dependent on each other for certain things, but like you also have other people you can rely on if they were to be busy at the time, because like nobody's free at all times of the day. That's unrealistic.
Okay, the other thing I've done that's made me way more self-confident is go to the gym.
And lift move weights. Your body. Love it. That's great.
Honestly, like when I do like an overhead press.
The shoulder press.
Yeah,
okay.
When I do a shoulder press, I'm like, oh, I feel so strong right now.
That was me in my bench press. I loved it. I haven't done it in a long time though, because my injuries.
Right, but like even just finding something that you can like do that's like moving your body and makes you feel more confident.
Yeah, for you, for sure. Whether that be whatever it is, dancing, yoga.
Yeah,
I would love to be better at yoga.
Right?
Because they're friggin' strong.
The main person I work out with right now is twice my age. She's just a lady I met at the gym.
Nice.
But she's like, she can lift just as heavy as I can.
Amazing.
She's insanely strong. And people are like, oh, you hang out with this like woman? I'm like, yeah, she's just a friend I met here. Like, and she's so strong and it's so fun. And yeah, I'm like, I hope I'm like her when I get older. Like, still at the gym lifting weights. Not that, I mean, if you have injuries and you can't do that, that's totally fine. But like finding something that you can do that makes you feel strong.
Yeah.
Especially as a woman. I'm like, I feel like that's not something we don't naturally feel strong in like all facets of our life.
Yeah.
So if you can find a way to feel strong and confident,
got it.
You got it. You got it, girl.
You can do that. No, so many things I'm going to talk about, like have other episodes about these things. And one of them is about being a woman and how the system is not ready for us to be in power. But
it's gonna need to be.
Yes. No, I'm so excited for all this information. Like, I learned so much today. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it's going to be so helpful to so many people who have gone through similar things to you. And even if you haven't, like, knowing that, yeah, we really can get through hard things and it's going to be okay. Even if
you're going to get stronger.
Yes. Even if it's hard right now, you will get stronger and overcome whatever happens to you, because you've gotten through everything. Your track record is already amazing because you've gotten through everything hard that you've ever been through. So keep fighting. Find ways to become strong, something that makes you feel strong and confident. If no one has told you today,
you're strong.
If no one has told you today, you're so strong. And don't forget to trust your worth. Thank you so much again, Laura.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Did you want people to, like, send you questions? Like, you
if anyone, yeah, people can.
Okay.
I'm not on Instagram a ton, but sometimes I just go on because my sister sends me reels she wants me to watch. Because honestly, it was a little hard for my self-worth to be on Instagram all the time.
Fair.
Taking a step back from social media. But I do go check my messages. If anyone has, like, questions or wants to talk about situations with pregnancy loss or, like, anything, you are more than welcome to send me messages. You can link my Instagram, I'm sure.
Okay, I will link Laura's Instagram, and as always, if you want to message me, I'd love to hear from you. There's my website at trustyourworth.com and my Instagram at trustyourworthpodcast. So thank you so much again for listening, and have a great day. Okay, love you, bye.